Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So, I play a couple hours of Industries of Titan, and I have to say, it's a very good game, but it's still on early access. I'm probably gonna do something similar that I did with Sigma Fury, where I play a couple times when we got new updates and stuff like that. But I want to give a little bit of a more focused early look now. This is not going to be a longer video, and the gameplay that you're seeing is from the first episode. And I gonna answer why is that later down the line. First, the UI of the game is a little bit on the bad side. I know I talk a lot about UI on this channel, but I have to say, there is a lot of thing overlapping a lot of things, and I don't know, something doesn't feel right, and I don't like that. For example, you have the rebel number overlapping the survey, the scavenger, the claim thing. You have that sometimes overlaying on the where you have to press to assign the workers to a station, to a resource point. Not only that, but the tutorial ends before explaining how the resources node functions. So still a little bit of a problem there. I'm going to say the voice acting is very good, the animation is very interesting. The overall art style I enjoy, but, and that's a reasonable but, I don't know if I like the employees style of the more, I think, cartoonish way the normal employees are made it. Maybe this is just for the early access, maybe it's not all finished and that's why some of the things look the way they look, but I don't know. Second, the tutorial can break very easily if you for some reason end up just not following or do a process than you think it's naturally to do during that moment. The tutorial tends to break, and because of that sometimes things doesn't work very well. That happened the first time that I play, and during the second it was not very, it created a couple problems, and during the second it made my city clog for a couple seconds. Not only that, the tree speeds that you can do on the game, the maximum speed doesn't feel that fast. It still gives me a lot of weight to it. Second, the game doesn't warn you very well why things are not working. You may receive someone saying there is a energy shortage on a building, and you still need to wait for another building totally different finishing connecting or upgrading, and you don't quite understand why is that reason, and the reason is because you lack energy during the middle of the process, and the game doesn't communicate that well for you. My major gripes right now are mostly that the UI doesn't communicate that well, the tutorial doesn't teach you how to use some of the buildings that the game already has, and the fact that the UI overlaps with itself quite a lot. Now again, it's early access. There will be, the main release will be 1 year from now, 12 months to be precise. Now, in a normal video, that's where I would end. That's what we have. The game, it's on early access. In a couple of patches, we're gonna start probably seeing some of my complaints right now being fixed or not. It already happened in a couple games, then that was the case. But there is a problem that we might have to address here. This game is enter early access in a state that I would say very, very early. The tutorial itself has there is the only quote unquote narrative progression the game has. It comes with a lot less than 45 to 60 to 1 hour. Not much more than this. That's most likely what you're gonna end up getting for it. In total, in a play, I got 40 minutes. Maybe if you take it a little bit slower, maybe if you take it a little bit faster, you can do faster. Second, I see there is a lot. There is the bare minimum of content to be launched. That's not entirely negative. It's understandable they can do that. That is early access, so they want to stabilize the founding blocks. But there is a second problem here, something that I try my best to not talk during the Let's Play itself. This game is launching on early access on Epic Store, and only will launch the 1.0 on Steam. Funnily enough, they are not calling it an exclusivity deal, but it is a 1-year exclusivity deal. The publisher slash developer are doing this with not only this game, but with Phantom Brigade. Both of the games will launch on early access via Epic Games, and 1 year later will launch HES 1.0 on Steam too. Now, because of that, I have to question myself. Isn't too early to launch the game in the state there it is? Well, I think it is, but they have to release the game, in 1 year. To do the exclusive, they have to have an exclusive deal of 1 year with Epic Store. But they don't want to have the backlash and the negative feedback there is to have a full exclusivity deal. So what they're calling this is an early access on a platform, on the other platform, until they have a full release on both. That's why I'm still cautious about it. I will not recommend anyone to buy this game right now. It's really, really too early in development. As I said, the UI is not completely optimized. I didn't got any frame rate drops, but I did got a crash and the tutorial breaks. There's still a lack of content. For example, the game doesn't have tech trees, doesn't have ship-to-ship combat, and a lot of other things. All of those things are explained during the game. But again, I'm still firmly believe that even for an early access build, this is a little bit too early, which led me to believe they are using this to justify the 1 year the 1 year exclusivity on the Epic platform. Therefore, go with caution. The game has potential. It does show promise. It is one of the only city builders that has combat. Now it's only a defensive combat. We still need to see how the combat will evolve. We don't know how the tech tree gonna work. We barely know how resource manage works. I may do a second run for the channel without the tutorial, just going through the motions and see how the game works. That is something that I will decide after I record this video. But at this moment, I will advise against just going and buying it. First, because it's only available on Epic Store. Second, because I still believe it's too early for even early access. Some of the mechanics are already in place, but I do believe they are in the bare minimum to work. I didn't encounter many frame rate bugs or any frame rate drops or any major bugs. The only thing I see was, as I said, the lack of the communication between the game and the player. You don't have enough feedback to say when things are going wrong. You don't have even a pop-up saying, oh, the resource patch and you have the visual cue of the mineral clean up from the surface, but you don't have any audio or any pop-up saying, oh, the patch that you're harvesting is nearing depletion, or something along those lines. Buildings may stop to working, to progress, to upgrade, or to connecting, and the game will not tell you, because as I said, it may be because you have a waste problem, maybe because you don't have enough energy for it. That is the case. Second, The game doesn't tell you why it's better to create a factory. What is the better option? Why it's better to create a factory? What is the advantages to create a factory against what is the advantage to just get an energy production facility, a solar energy production facility, a solar storage, a solar office building, and stuff like that. The game still has to upgrade its tutorial for the mechanics presenting right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. This video gonna be on the day after of the release of the first episode, and I'm still up to decision if I will do early look, the second episode for our early look. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.